welcome to Unews for this Monday, July 22nd. I'm Andrea Linares. Thanks so much for joining us. President Trump has launched a new round of attacks against 4 Democratic congresswomen, calling them weak and insecure. As the president faces a firestorm over his comments, lawmakers on Capitol Hill are preparing intensely for special counsel Robert Mueller's testimony this week. In front of 2 committees will take place this coming Wednesday, July 24th. And as the president continues his attacks on those 4 progressive congresswomen, a Louisiana police officer, Charles, at the White House, President Trump is hosting Pakistani Prime Minister Imran Khan. The White House released in continued state of tension. There are new developments in Iran. The government in Tehran now claiming they've captured spies working for the CIA. This comes on the heels of newly released videos showing Iranian commandos seizing a British oil tanker in the middle of a critical shipping lane. Carolina Sarasa brings us the latest on this. Protests continue in Puerto Rico today. Governor Ricardo Rosselló announced on Sunday he won't seek re-election, but also saying that he won't resign. Rosselló has faced calls to step down since hundreds of pages of chat messages with his inner circle went public. Carolina Rosario joins us by phone now from San Juan with the very latest on the situation there. Carolina, what are you seeing on the streets of the capital today?
Hi, Andrea. Hi to everyone there in Miami. We're in San Juan, Puerto Rico.
It's really turning into a massive movement right there in Puerto Rico. Some people, a historic moment perhaps unfolding right there in Puerto Rico. Thank you so much, Carolina, for this update. We'll be monitoring this entire situation as it continues to develop, and please take care. Meanwhile, in Chicago over the weekend, a group of former pro football player. Welcome back to Unews. And this weekend, a deadly heat wave affected tens of millions of people across the U.S. Those extreme temperatures breaking records and causing misery for many. Peggy Carranza has more information from New York City.
A scorching weekend in parts of the U.S. It will be Europe's turn to brace for a second heat wave in less than a month. In New York City, Peggy Carranza, Unews.
In our nation's capital, Washington, D.C., fire and EMS took 11 people to hospitals for heat-related illnesses on Sunday. Pennsylvania sent letters to families threatening to send their children to foster homes for not paying their school lunch debts. This incident added to the so-called lunch debt shaming controversy that's impacting thousands of students, many of them from very poor backgrounds. Valeria Gonzalez has the story. The Trump administration continues to push to implement policies to restrict the flow of migrants into the U.S., but reports of one new initiative are causing tremendous pushback. That's because the new plan could dramatically reshape how the United States accepts refugees. Pablo Gatto has those details. The Trump administration attempts to restrict who comes into the U.S. Officials are also focused on removing those in the country illegally. Juan Carlos Gonzalez takes a look at the effect Trump's announcement of pending ICE raids is having on immigrant communities. Welcome back to Unews. Cliff jumping is getting a lot of attention thanks to Super Bowl champion Tom Brady posting a video on social media showing him leaping off a cliff with his 6-year-old daughter in tow. Meridi Marungi has much more. Quite scary. And a trip to Panama City Beach in Florida nearly turned deadly for a Georgia man after he contracted a flesh-eating bacteria. Eileen Cardet has more, but first, we want to warn you, some viewers may find the following images disturbing. In Florida, a newborn baby was left on a doorstep. We're hot on camera. An American paraglider lost control while soaring in the Swiss Alps and crashed into a cliff, but somehow he survived. Rafael Rodriguez has the following story. And coming up next, in Hong Kong, now to Mexico, where new video shows Joaquin El Chapo Guzman during his time in prison there, negotiating for better treatment. The footage comes from the same high-security facility from which the Mexican drug lord attempted 2 escapes. And now that he's serving his latest sentence at a supermax prison in Colorado, some think he may try his luck at escaping yet again. Jorge Hernandez has more. For a group of young Mexican mathematicians, it was an Olympic journey that almost never happens. But now, success, in part thanks to one of Mexico's most famous filmmakers. Azul Alvarez has more on a once-in-a-lifetime trip for one group of students. Check it out. Coming up next, if you were one of the millions of customers affected by the... Let's now go to Annabelle Sedano with what's trending, including a possible way to help people suffering from internet addiction. Annabelle.
Hi there, and in your tech news, a study suggests that a type of short-term therapy could be an effective treatment for internet. I'm wondering. All right, well, there you have it. I'm Annabelle Sedano, and those were your tech news.
There's way too many options for parents nowadays out there. And listen carefully, because credit score giant Equifax has reached a $700 million settlement over the largest data breach in history. The federal Carolina Sarasa, she has a preview of what's coming up during the second hour of Unews. Caro, happy Monday. We have a lot of Carolinas around here.
So many. I guess it was for free when we got registered under the name Carolina when I was born. But thank you, Andrea, and happy Monday to you. We have a lot more info coming up in minutes. We have the latest on the fight for 15. Some Hispanic business owners are now worried about a potential new change in the minimum wage. And we also have details about a growing murder mystery, a young couple found dead on a highway in Canada. Police now desperate to find who is responsible. And we also have a major food recall to tell you about. A warning about a popular brand of pasta sauce that may contain plastic inside. We have the details and more coming up soon. Back to you, Andrea.
Thanks so much, Caro. We'll be waiting for you, of course. But first, Nico. And now let's go to Nico Cantor for a recap of the best of the weekend's sports action. Nico. And I invite you, Nico, and all of our viewers to take a look at this, because it is one heck of a fishtail out of Massachusetts. We're talking about... That's all the time that we have for the first hour of Unews, but stay tuned for the second hour. We have much more coming up next. I'm Andrea Linares, and I will see you tomorrow. Thanks so much for watching.